Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Earlham Quakers Dynasty here on NCAA 14. And we're also featuring that college football revamp as well. And today, we do got our very first conference game. We're going up against the Capital Crusaders, I think for the first time in this series, if I remember correctly. They're a C overall squad with a C plus offense and a C defense. We're a D overalls team with a D minus offense, D plus defense. And we've been right there in a couple of these games this year so far already. After our blowout loss to Notre Dame, we should have beat ULM and we should have beat Indiana. But there's nothing that we can do about now. We just have to keep moving forward and trying to get right to ship, man, so that we can go ahead and get our first win of the season. But with that being said, no time left to waste. If you're excited about this one, man, make sure to smash that like button as well as hit that subscribe button and hit me down in the comments below. Let's go ahead and get this thing going between the Crusaders of Capital University and your Earlham Quakers. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Alright, man, so let's go ahead and get this thing officially underway, taking on these Capital Crusaders, and we almost get an interception on the very first play of the game. Giante, you gotta make that catch for me, big guy. You had one job. That's why you play defensive back, because you can't make catches like that. And look what happens as soon as, the next snap happens. But Corey's gonna go ahead and pick up a first down. I swear, we gave up some points here on this first drive when we should have had him picked off. We could have been going the other way. That's the crazy part. I'm still, pretty cut up about it overall. But, that being said, defense early on allowing a lot of yardage on the ground here as Andrew Thomas just runs it right down our throat and manages to pick up 13. As we got to, try to move things out to 2 plays later as McCourt will drop back to pass again and throws it out to the left-hand side where Kelly is. And it's barely, not a first down. All we need an inch, though. So gonna have to go ahead and play this line of scrimmage a little bit. Maybe sell a little bit towards the run if we want to go ahead and get these guys off the field as Matthew Sands makes a diving tackle. But he was already across that first down marker. And it's another first down for the Crusaders. As now we got another 1st and 10. Once again, McCormick, he's going to go take the carry up the middle of the field, but gets lit up like a Christmas tree, though, eventually. I think it was Justin Burton that ended up having the tackle. As now we got another 1st and 10 coming up here. Kaplan going to try to take things to the outside, and looks like Glenn, I can't remember his first name, but it's one of our defensive tackles. He comes in and makes the tackle, and it's a touchdown-saving play. But look at this, very next play, Calvin Muhammad gets wide butt naked open in the back of the end zone. I was supposed to cover the middle of the field, but, guy that was supposed to cover that side of the field, Caden Doman actually got fooled pretty badly. And we're down 7-0 here early, man. And this is our first offensive drive of the game, trying to go to work as Danny Carson gets a really nice catch and run for us here, 34 yards downfield. That's not a shabby way to have your first offensive play of the game. And that's going to set up our rushing attack. That's what I want the foundation of my offense to be going forward. As Miami, he's going to take it downfield himself off the read option and manages to pick up 21 yards on the ground. Number 1 picking up 21. As we got a 1st and 10 now to work with here. Going to try to set up the play action. Middle of the field is open where Jariah Bond is. And if he had a little bit of, more momentum, he could have been in the end zone. He kind of stopped in his tracks. But it's all good, though, because on 1st and goal, Miami going to go ahead and run it in. Touchdown, Quakers, and we immediately respond, making it a 7-all ball game here. Let's see if our defense can do a little bit better, man. Defense has really struggled in the first 3 games, and honestly, I didn't like how we went out, on this first drive. got to do a much better job of taking care of business going forward, as McCormick will drop back. He's going to end up picking up another touchdown, this time scrambling forward in order to pick up 10 yards. But a few plays later, though, we do get him into a 3rd and long situation as McCormick drops back, throws it to Muhammad over the middle. He has a touchdown grab, but not going to be able to bail out this offense this time around, and we do get the punt. But let's see if we can go ahead and also get our first lead of the game, as we were looking for our tight end downfield. And we get a rare pass interference call. They're going to call it on this defense. And he clearly like bumped him out of the way. You know, wasn't even trying to make a play on the ball. As we try to throw to Drya Bond on the next play following that penalty. He drops it though. And it's going to be incomplete. So now we got 2nd and 10 now coming up for Earlham as Miami drops back. Tries to throw it over the middle. Was looking for Drya Bond again. But this time, pass was just a little off target this time around. As we got a 3rd and long now coming up. CJ Patton's in the game. As we'll go ahead and try to set up maybe the screen right here. See if we can get something going here. As we don't get the blocks that we need, but we might get a stream of luck here. There's another penalty that's being called, a 2nd penalty of this drive. And it's going to go against Capital once again. So we get bailed out by penalties. But we still have the football. 2nd and 6 now coming up as Miami makes a nice cut of field himself and manages to pick up 11 yards on the ground. 1st down for Earlham. But can we keep it going now? Another 3rd and long coming up here. Going to try to get Blue in the motion. Trying to run it up the gut with CJ Holman. But linebacker did a really good job of, running into the gap. And Jacob Ramos has to come out for us to try to get this field goal. It's up and it is good. Jacob Ramos is actually still perfect on the season. And we get our first lead of the game, man. We're up 10-7 now. Let's see if our defense can get 2 stops in a row now. As McCormick, he's going to get loose on the other side. And already gets it to midfield. Capital has just gashed us on the ground so far, man. They're already at midfield, and they almost have 100 yards on the ground. That one will put them over the 100-yard mark. So run defense has definitely been really questionable so far in this game, man. It's now 2nd and 3 now coming up. They're going to do another run play up the gut with Thomas. And he's able to pick up another 9-yard gain. Still trying to move forward. 1st and 10 coming up for Capital as they hand it off to Thomas once again, who does get stopped about a gain of 5. As that will be the last play of the 1st quarter. It's been pretty exciting though. We're up 10-7, but that being said, the Crusaders of Capital University are driving down the field. So let's go, man. 2nd quarter now officially underway. Let's get it. And now we got 3rd and long now coming up. McCormick going to drop back the pass. Throw over to the left-hand side to Muhammad. And it's well short of that 1st down marker. We're going to force Capital to come out and try to get this field goal to go. As now, here we go, 4th and 5. The kick is up, and it's right down the middle. It's good. As we'll take a quick studio update. Franklin, surprising with a nice lead on Mount St. Joseph. They're up 31-14. We actually play MSJ in a couple of weeks. But Capital's able to time this ball game up. And now our offense is going to go ahead and take over now. CJ Holman is able to go ahead and pick up 16. Nice run up the gut. Is now 1st and 10 following the 1st down run. Going to hand it off to CJ Holman once again. And he picks up another 6 yards on the ground as well. Earlham putting together a nice little drive once again in order to try to go ahead and take the lead here. As we try to throw deep downfield, was looking for Derek Blue. But safety was able to get over in a nick of time. And it's an easy interception for the safety to make. So we try to make a big play downfield. It just didn't work out for us, unfortunately. So now we got to go ahead and get a play of our own. Justin Burden gets the interception for us. You love to see it, baby. Let's go, man. Justin Burden giving us the ball right back. And now we get great field position to work with once again. But gotta avoid going 3 and out though. We're facing 3rd and 7. We throw over the right-hand side looking for Jakeem Short. But there's a flag on the field. And it's going to be a face mask on the defense again. Another easy first down for Earlham. As we'll now go ahead trying to set him up with the play action. Trying to go downfield though. Was looking for Derek Blue. But that's nearly intercepted as well. Not a good start for Miami. Only 2 for 8 so far in this one. As 3rd and 12, Miami going to have to try to pass it. Gets it out to Derek Blue. And thanks to the speed that he provides, he picks up the first down here again. And so drive continues. Now a 1st and goal for Earlham. As Patton throws over the middle. Finds Derek Blue in the end zone. Touchdown Earlham. And I'm pretty sure that's the first career touchdown pass for CJ Patton. Congratulations to him. And more importantly, that gives us the lead to work with as well. 2nd and 9 now coming up here as Capital looking to continue to grow. Or at least try to get back into this game, trying to time things back up here before we go into the locker room. As there's a 3rd and short coming up for the Crusaders. McCormick dropping back. It's a short pass over to Calvin Muhammad, but it is enough for the first down. And it does keep the drive going. Capital, of course, using that no-huddle attack. And it's something that we're going to have to deal with as it's another nice throw over the middle, but the receiver just doesn't make the catch for him. You hate to see it if you're a quarterback. Is now 2nd and 10 now coming up here. McCormick dropping back. Go try to throw it to the left-hand side, and it was actually really tight coverage. It was just a great throw that none of our guys could react to in time, unfortunately. You know, can't really fault the coverage there. It is what it is, though, as Capital will continue to get their drive going and going to be facing a 3rd and short here pretty soon. Another big 3rd down for the Crusaders as McCormick will drop back. He'll hand it off to Thomas. He's going to run it all the way down to the 5-yard line. First down for Capital as they'll have another chance here to go ahead and try to make this just a 5-point game. As McCormick gets blown up in the backfield, though. Let's go, baby. That will give us a little bit more space to work with. As now, 2nd and goal. McCormick dropping back, trying to throw over the middle once again. But that's incomplete as well. So 3rd and long. Got to get into the end zone here. As tight end will now go into motion. As McCormick is in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers out on the field. McCormick dropping back. Gonna throw it short over to Kelly. But our guys are able to come up and rally in order to make the tackle. As Capital is gonna go ahead. They're gonna settle for another field goal. This time looks like it's just like a 22-yard kick. You know, if that. It's an easy kick to make. So we hold on, and we still have the lead for right now. 17-13 lead. As Miami will look to try to orchestrate a drive here before the end of the first half. But he throws another interception. And this time, I don't think you can blame it on Danny Carson this time. He could have made that grab, but he doesn't see the ball. He never saw it. So therefore, he never went up to try to make the catch. And Capital now has the ball once again to go ahead and try to take the lead here before going into the locker room. That being said, only 17 seconds left on the clock. So Crusaders do have to move quickly if they want to get some points on the board. And seize the lead before the end of the first half. And it's nearly intercepted. Deontay McLaurin could have had a huge pick for us, but he drops another one. That's already his 2nd drop pick of this game. That's crazy. Is now 2nd and 10. McCormick going to drop back, but is going to go ahead and try to run it downfield. He is eventually going to be chased down by Nate Hunt, who does eventually force him out of bounds. But, you know, with 6 seconds left, Capital's not going to try to risk it for the biscuit here. They're going to go ahead and settle for a field goal, which, you know, could have been a bigger disaster for us, but not a way that we wanted to finish this first half. We're only up 17-16, but that second half, though, is coming very shortly. So let's go ahead now and get this second half officially underway. We get the ball to start the second half. And Jesse Green is going to return for us. He got some nice blocking lanes to work with as well. He's got one man to beat. Can he beat him? No, he breaks the tackle. And he's brought out of bounds, but still, what a heck of a return, though. You love to see it. We get to start with the football in the red zone. That's what I absolutely love to see. And I also love to see the mobility of Miami. Gallier, he picks up 7 yards off the read option. And as we go ahead now, 2nd and 3 now, second play of this drive. Derek Blue getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. Derek Blue is a certified stud. Oh my goodness gracious. You'll love to see it. Blocks were good. And Derek Blue able to take full advantage of it as well. And not only that, on top of that, we get a 3 and out on Capital's next possession. So we have an opportunity here to go ahead and extend this lead even further, which I would absolutely love to see. As now 1st and 10 thrown into the outside where Adam Hildeford is, who doesn't get lit up like a Christmas tree, but does end up picking up 15 yards. As now 2nd and 10 now, Miami dropping back, throwing over the middle, looking for Danny Carson, who almost gets it into the end zone. Gain of 22 yards though. But can we punch it in? No. We had a little bit of trouble getting into the end zone as we got 3rd and goal now. CJ Holman gonna take care of the rest though. 0-yard touchdown run, but add 6 points onto the board, and in a blink of an eye, we're up 31-16 now. As the Earlham Quakers now with a multi-possession lead, and the defense also really starting to show up too. That's MJ Granson in the backfield as well, getting a TFL on that guy. As now 2nd and 14 coming up. It's gonna be a run up the gut, but Thomas gets all the yards back and so much more. It turns into a foot race as MJ Granson is tripped up and is able to bring him down. Gain of 48 though. Not how he wanted to respond after, giving up a huge run on, 2nd down, you know what I'm saying? So now Capital has some really good field position to go ahead and work with. As we got 2nd and 2 now coming up. It's another run. This time, a speed option over the left-hand side. Nate Hunt able to get in and get a nice 14-yard gain here as well. As we got another 1st and 10 coming up. This time, basically, 1st and goal as McCormick. He's going to try to run it in towards the end zone. As Deontay McQuarrie able to lay the hit on Chris McCormick. But can we keep him out of the end zone? No. 3rd and 4 coming up. Trying to see if we can get the job done here. As it looks like it's going to be an off-tackle run for Thomas, who's left out of the end zone now. 4th and 1 coming up here. And after a surprising penalty, the Crusaders settle for a field goal. So, huge run that we gave up. But at the very least, though, we get them off the field. We only allow ourselves 3 points here. And you love to see it as there's a studio update showing the Michigan Notre Dame score. And as for our score, man, we have another double-digit lead here going into the final quarter of play. Can we finish it out this time out? Let's see if we can do it. So the big thing here in this 4th quarter is finish. We got to finish this game out. We've been in this position before this season, but have not been able to close out these games yet this season. This is going to be a big thing for us here, man. Can we close? Let's see what we can do here. We got 1st and 10 now coming off a really nice run for CJ Holman. As Holman, he's going to take the handoff. He's going to hand right up the middle. It almost picks up another 1st down once again. He gets his yards per carry average over 5 yards. And with 2nd and inches now coming up, try to see if we can hit him downfield. As Miami, he's looking around. Going to go ahead and just run it himself. He gets out of bounds and picks up 9 yards on the carry. Is now 1st and 10 now coming up for Earlham. Miami going to drop back. He's going to try to scramble to the right-hand side. Again, all the receivers are covered, but good thing about Miami, he can go in and just try to pick up some yards on the ground, and that's exactly what we did. Is now 2nd and 10 now. Miami dropping back, trying to throw it over the right-hand side, and it's incomplete. It's now 3rd and 10 now, coming up here once again as Miami looking around. Good, trying to throw it towards the right-hand side. We got Derek Blue, who fights towards the end zone, and how is that not a touchdown? Oh my goodness, that should have been 6 points. But it's whatever, man. 1st and goal, just going to go ahead. We can punch it in with Bob Smith, no problem whatsoever. And that's exactly what we do with a custom recruit, Bob Smith. Finds the end zone, touchdown, Earlham. And we're up 38-19 now here with 5.5 left to play. And it's only going to get bigger. Justin Burden gets the interception. Our 2nd pick of this game. Let's go, man. Justin Burden with his 2nd interception of this game as well. So now we get great field position to work with once again. As we got 1st and 10 now coming up. Gonna try to run it up the gut with CJ Holman, who gets some good yardage, but there's a penalty on the field here once again. And they're gonna call it on us this time around. Joakim Short, he's gonna be caught clipping. And so now we got 1st and 17 to deal with. You hate to see it. As Miami will drop back. He's going to try to look around. He's going to scramble upfield and nearly get himself the 1st down right back right to where we originally were before the flag was called. So all that just to get to right back to where we started. As Holman will go ahead. He's going to run it into the end zone himself. Touchdown, Earlham. Let's go, baby. We're up 45-19 in this one. And continuing to take care of business. One of our higher scoring outputs so far in this season. The offense really starting to come together for sure. Because, like, you know, the offense outside of our first game has been performing pretty well, which I definitely like to see. Now let's see if our defense can get one more stop so that we can go ahead and put some icing on this cake. And I thought we were going to get a fumble right there because of the camera change, but NCAA 14, the EA guys, they bamboozled me a little bit. It's a 1st down through Capital. As they'll throw it short over the right-hand side. Gets it out to Justin Morris, who ends up picking 10 yards and another 1st down here again. Capital, of course, going to run with the no huddle at this juncture of the game. As McCormick gonna go ahead, try to run for the 1st down. He gets sticked up, but he still manages to pick up the 1st again. It stops the clock momentarily, but as soon as this quarterback's ready, the clock's going to run again as we throw short. Morris brought down by MJ Granson. We might have gotten away with a face mask penalty, but not going to complain because that's my guy, of course. Is now 2nd and 4. McCormick dropping back again. This time getting it to Calvin Mohammed, who ends up picking up another 4 yards through the air. As Capital inches a little bit closer to the end zone now. Now just outside the red zone as Frost throws over the middle. Gets it to Morris. And Cameron Frost makes the tackle, to a touchdown-saving tackle nonetheless. There was only one line of defense between us and the end zone. It was that guy, and he got it done. And maybe it could help us a little bit further down the road too. Because now, thanks to that penalty for Capital, you know, if they gotta work a little bit harder in order to get into the end zone. Is now 1st and goal again. Dropping back, throwing to the right-hand side over to Kelly, and he's stuffed just short of the end zone. They called the right play and get a ton of yards because of it. As we got a 2nd and goal now from the 1-yard line, but we stop him in the backfield. But we have another penalty. Finn Otis, you didn't even need to do that. You had perfect positioning, my guy. That's a freshman just making a freshman mistake. Even though he's a talented freshman, I love what he's done this season. But that time, though, that was indeed a freshman mistake. So it's 2nd and goal now once again. And this time, Thomas out on the left-hand side and gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Capital. And it's a 20-point game between us and Capital. And after the extra point, they're just going to go ahead and just, just kick this thing to our guy, as Derek Blue does get the onside kick for us here. So, we can go ahead and run some clock off a little bit if we choose to do that. And Capital actually doesn't decide to take any timeouts, but we're feeling a little penny, to be honest with you. So we're going to call another pass play so that we can get that 50 burger, and we do just that. Let's go, man. Adam Hildeford getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. We get another score. We're up 52-26 as Capital wants to try to do a favor back at us once again. They want to get a last-second score as well in garbage time, but we get another interception. Cameron Frost this time, the one making the pick, and actually tries to return it out and actually gets it to, about the 20-yard line. So not a terrible return. Nice interception as well by Cameron Frost as he showed some nice vision there. And that's going to seal this game, man. We win our first game of the season. Finally, we win this one by a final score of 52-26. It feels good to finally get our first win of the season. And now the only thing left to do is check out the stats for our guys, for both our team and for the individuals that play for us. Alright guys, so checking out the stats for our fellas, and I'm not gonna lie that this is probably the best game that we've played in this dynasty. Like, as a team, we double up Capital University by a final score of 52-26. We didn't have as much yards total offense, but we had 5 rushing touchdowns, 215 yards on the ground. We didn't even need to pass it that much, and we weren't doing it pretty well, but we still got a couple of passing touchdowns. We were, 6 for 9 in terms of third down conversion. They were 3 for 10. We were perfect in the red zone as well, 7 for 7 for touchdowns. When Capital got into the red zone, man, we held them to field goals most of the time. I love to see that. They had 3 turnovers. We had 2 turnovers. And we had more total yards. We almost had a kick return for a touchdown. We were, one person short, but it is what it is, man. It feels good to get a win. As for the individual stats for our players, though, and CJ Patton, he did some stuff today. He was careful with the football when he was in there. 2 for 9, only 9 yards, but did have a touchdown. Miami Uigallier also had a touchdown through the air, but was 8 for 19, 129, and also threw 2 picks, which one of them wasn't his fault. The second one was because Danny Carson didn't go for it. So he really only had 1 pick, but it's going to show us 2. For the running game, our running game was fantastic. CJ Holman had multiple touchdowns on the ground, 15 for 93. Miami, though, was our leading ball carrier. He did have a touchdown and was 13 for 101. We got Bob Smith in the end zone as well. He had a tub. And then Derek Blue, who's just become a nice impact player for us here. Touchdown off his only carry for 10 yards. I love to see how this kid does. Speaking of Derek Blue, he actually also was our leading receiver for today. He was a little bit more quiet, but we didn't pass the football all that much. 3 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. And then Adam Hildeford also found the end zone towards the end, 2 for 15. Danny Carson did lead the team in receiving yards. He had 56 yards off of 2 catches. For blocking, Jacoby Black, only one had a pancake, and we didn't allow any sacks, so nice. And then defensively, MJ Granson actually led the way today. He had 8 total tackles, but Nate Hunt wasn't too far behind, the freshman redshirt, really making an impact his first year on the field, which I really love to see. We also had multiple guys with TFLs, Finn Otis and Ian Levine, our defensive linemen. Combined looks like 5 TFLs. Do we have a TFL from somebody else on the defensive line? We do. Lonnie Morris also had one too. 6 TFLs from our defensive line. I love to see it. And that's despite the fact that we only had 1 sack for the entire game. That was for Matthew Sands, who, if I'm not mistaken, that's sack number 5 on the season already. Dude is a monster, and I love to see it. We also had 3 interceptions that we forced. It's our first turnovers of the season, finally. Justin Burden had multiple interceptions today. He had 2 interceptions, with Cameron Frost getting the final interception in the game. So feels really good to, to see all that good work finally paid off. We finally caught some dang balls on our defensive side. You'll love to see it. So after the game, we actually do go ahead and get quite a few recruits on the squad, man. Sean Cox, Andy Robinson, and Jamie Jenkins are all on that defensive line, and they're all going to be coming to Earlham for season number 4. So that's definitely going to beef up what is already looking like a very promising defensive line. And then we also get Brandon Morris, a 65 overall tight end that will have the opportunity to compete for the starting tight end job right away. So feeling really good about the pickups that we just got this week. So next episode, we're actually going to go on the road for the first time in MAC conference play. And we're going to end up playing against Transylvania, who is also winless, 0-4. We just got our first win this season, but we can't keep these guys for granted. It should be a good one though, so make sure you smash that like button. And if you do happen to be brand new to the channel and made it all the way to the end of this video, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button for me, because that helps grow the community that we got going on here, man. In the meantime, though, I hope you guys are all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.